down at Integral, General Manager of Technology. Now, in terms of the future of apps, which is what your company specializes in, what would you say that is?
We're just at the beginning.
Okay.
Apps have changed the way we relate with people. Our relationships have changed. If you look at how Facebook has completely changed the way we interact with people, the application is the next step. Imagine an application that is constantly with you. I mean, I'm thinking about, Google's Eyeglass, where you're constantly connected. Then your entire social environment is going to change, and I think that that's where the future is going.
Now, I've seen that advertised, and I've the way I saw that first was actually somebody made up a mock advert on behalf of them to actually discredit it as a product. This is a product. Could you describe it for us?
Yeah, it's just basically an eyepiece that's basically constantly connected to internet. You've got access to your email, you've got access to your maps, you've got access to all the information you want, and while you're walking, you have the additional virtual world that is being added to your existing world.
Okay.
And with that, basically possibility is infinite.
Sheriff, in terms of technology like this, I know you were keen before you came on the show to talk about kind of research and development and what's coming next in the market. What do you see as kind of the future for technology or the next big thing?
Well, of course, the last 5 years we have seen such a tremendous growth in technology and gadgets and stuff like that. But what's more interesting is going to be what is it going to be in the next 5 years, right? I have a few theories which probably is going to throw some light on this.
Are these going to be crazy theories?
Really, really crazy theories. Like if I say something like for the next, let's say 5 years down the line, nobody's going to be sharing phone numbers with anybody. You meet somebody from any part of the world, you're just going to be giving them, let's say, an email address. Right. And because of the power of the internet, which is available pretty much everywhere now, we no longer need a SIM card. Let's say this is 5 years me talking here. So what we would be doing is just connecting our mobile devices to our Wi-Fi, and that would just give us, like, let's say, an email address to log in, and anybody can talk to you and see you and send you emails to, you could do a presentation with it, with your projector on the device. You could, essentially run everything from just one gadget. And people can connect with you. You get to know who's connected through your friends and so on and so forth. So it all becomes a massive consolidation into one device, which every individual will carry. And technology simplified to a very, very basic, just one or two things that people want to know, and with just that information, they literally get to know the entire world of that person itself, right? So that's where we are gearing towards.
George, that's Sheriff's vision of the future for technology. Do you like the sound of that, not ever having to give out a mobile number? Or?
Well, to be honest with you, with respect, I think we're kind of there anyway. I think we're very, very close to that.
We still have mobile numbers.
Yeah, we do.
We do, but you know what? I've just bought my new HTC One, and it linked up through the cloud or something or other, or LinkedIn actually. It basically pulled in all my contacts from LinkedIn with their phone numbers, with their email addresses. I don't have to ask for mobile numbers very often anymore. My vision of the future is a bleak one, I have to say.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry to be so pessimistic.
It's nice to end on a bummer, isn't it?
But we're all doomed, basically. I think we're going to end up with chips implanted. I really do, and I think of course, the technology is already there. I think there's the social hurdle to get over before it's accepted. I think payment by fingerprint is probably around the corner as well, and I think that's a great thing. But I think I think the future. I think the direction of travel is one where we get lonelier as individuals. I think we are seeing and will continue to see the breakdown of family relationships, of friendships, and the breakdown of communities. And I really do, sadly, think that's where society's going.
Mamta, sounds like George needs to book a session with you.
Well, actually, maybe we need to have a session together, because I actually absolutely agree with you. And I just want to read out a very quick quote by psychologist Sagal, who said, "The old-fashioned cafe provided a way to both share and abandon solitude. On screen, though, you are socially and psychologically cut off from your fellow caffeine addicts." And two definitions for you. Loneliness is the pain of being alone, and I think this is the future, by the way. Solitude, which is the glory of being alone. My advice is don't stop connecting, because there's nothing more authentic than that physical connection with people.
Tom Shambler, the editor of Stuff magazine, a bleak future for us?
You've all touched on what I'm actually going to talk about, and has got nothing to do with the screen. everyone has mentioned this. The future is going to be the Internet of Things. So we have a World Wide Web, computer devices connected together. In the future, your coffee mug will be connected to the Internet. A cow will be connected to the Internet. You'll have chairs connected to the Internet. And there's already something called a Happy Fork, which is a web-connected fork. I'm wearing a Fitbit exercise activity tracker that tracks me while I sleep and monitors, my phone.
Wow.
This sort of future, yes. Big Brother, they're going to watch us. If our cars could talk to each other, we wouldn't have traffic jams.
Accidents.
Right?
We wouldn't have accidents.
You wouldn't have accidents. So, you having a much more connected, everything being connected, yes, you'll be able to use one device to control everything, which I think, 5 years next year.
Sooner the better.
If not earlier.
Buy it on alshop.com.
You'll have connections, but there's a great thing made by Parrot. It allows you to basically, you stick this thing next to your plant, and what this does is this works with an app in your phone and the internet, and it will tell you when your plant needs water, or if it needs soil, if it needs nutrients. So I don't know, maybe we have one of those for babies.
Do you not think we're stopping caring though? I mean, I've got quite a lot of plants, and I stick my finger in the soil to see whether it needs watering, and I care and I think about it, and I just worry. I'm gonna reference another piece of technology which supports my view that we're stopping.
If you
thinking
cared,
about
you
things.
would want it to live its best life, and this app could
But
tell you.
but he wants the connection. He wants the
I
connection.
want the
to
connection
plant.
with nature and with fellow human beings. Now, there's a thing called, this is a German product, called the Learn Stift Smart Pen. It checks your spelling as you write. It has ink in it, so you do real writing, but it also has a tiny computer that alerts you if you've made a spelling error. It's got two modes. One is calligraphy mode, which helps you correct individual letters, and there's an orthography mode, which vibrates when a word is misspelled.
Wow.
Great for stupid people, or great for people that just can't be bothered to learn how to spell. And that's what really bothers me, is we're creating things that kind of feed ignorance.
But ignorance by yours. So I'm just going to jump in really quickly. I'm a writer as well. Spelling is very important to me. But is it on a global scale? Is spelling even important at all?
It's
When we
one
have
of the-
word
it's one of the
processors and
basics.
Google and websites that all spell check? Why waste time learning how to spell?
I'll tell you why.
When we can learn
I'll
a
tell you
skill that
why.
can be used?
Because maybe one day the technology will fail us.
Y2K.
Well, maybe.
Fire sale.
Who knows?
Okay, listen. We are rapidly running out of time. We've got about 60 seconds left. Let's quickly, yes or no, has technology made the world a better place? Fabio?
Yes, absolutely.
Sheriff?
Yes, definitely.
Tom?
You know my answer.
Mamta?
Yes, in moderation.
Yes, in moderation. And George?
Yes-ish.
Yes-ish. And George. Many thanks to our guests, to Tom Shambler, to Mamta Saha, ThinkSpa London. Mamta, that's how they can get hold of you. Tom's obviously the editor of stuff. Sheriff Rizwan, who is from alshop.com. Fabio D'Amelio from Integral. A huge thanks to George for his wonderful co-host duties.